Roll call. It looks like we have everybody here for the board. Additions to the agenda in your package that was handed out by Linda, we have one under consent agenda and then one underneath personnel. So I'd like to move motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
A motion from Cheryl and second by Lou. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. District proud of, 741. The following FFA members for job well done in the competition in Wilmer. Liza Campson, grade 9, or Carlson, sorry, placed in second in the Crete speaking, qualifying for state. Ashley Eisenbraun, grade 11, for place in third in the job interview. Ashley Eisenbraun for grade 11, placed in first in the BEAV entrepreneurship proficiency, advancing to state. Donna Horner, grade 10, for selection of region 3 reporter for next year. FFA horse judging team for placing second at regions and qualifying for state. Team members include Emily Porter, grade 10, 8th individual. Brittany Demo, grade 10, 10th individually. Ashley Signal Softly or something like that, grade 10. Brittany Whaler, grade 10, and Matt Hartsfield, grade 11. FFA members were being named Region 3 Outstanding Middle School, High School Program for the 2015-16 school year. Okay, public comment. Anybody here for public comment? Okay. And I'll go ahead and move to approve and correct the minutes for the February 23rd, 2016 regular school board meeting.
I'll move that we approve the minutes.
Got a motion by Bruce,
Second that.
second by Kayla. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Consent agenda. Looks like we have one underneath there. Says the review and consider approval of the following athletic assignments for the 2015 school year. Assistant track coach Brad Pence, and then 7th grade softball coach Lisa Litchie.
The board members, they were missing a couple last time when we had the bigger list and the interviews hadn't been carried forward, and that has been taken care of now, and all of the things have been followed, all our hiring practices.
I'll make a
So,
motion.
I got a motion from Heidi and a second from Kella. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Okay, we can go down to business. Review and consider approval of the 2016-17 integration budget. It's in your package.
yes, it's in the bracket. This is the main budget itself. This is the piece that we have to approve. The total initial revenue expenditures are $21,393.90. That is used for things that aren't between integration, the district. So there's a difference. There are certain things, example, our theater workshop that I think some of you may have sent your students to. Our theater workshop is an intra-district. We have kids from Melrose also attend. We're hoping that we also get more kids from Sauk Center to also attend it. That one can only be used for the second piece of the budget, which is $10,304. We also send our kids to Melrose for internet-based summer school program. We can also use those dollars to pay for a para to go along with our students for that. So those are the main things that the integration incentive budget is used for, the $10,000. For the $21,393, we do such things as that's where we pay for a speaker to come in and talk to some of our kids, an academic specialist who helps some of our kids and helps our program in the district. Peer mentors, the supervisor for the peer mentors, an incentive program for the middle school. There's a world language collaborative that we haven't had enough money typically to do, so we haven't used it for that. but, there's various other things that we use it for. So what you have to prove is the primary budget. We're still working and tweaking a little bit because we didn't use some of our dollars in some areas for this year. We won't exceed them all, we won't spend them all. So we're trying to shift some of those things in ways that will get the best bang for the buck. So I can certainly give that to you once we're done. I have to get this whole budget finished by March 15th and sent to MDE, but it's the main piece here, the $1,697.90. That's the maximum that we would get. We won't spend over that. In fact, we spent quite a bit under it in the past. I expect us to do that same thing for this year. These are new programs. We're still tweaking them to adjust them so that we can get the best bang for the buck, and that's taken us a little longer than we'd like, but it's still taken us a longer time. At the end of next year, then, we'll have to reapply for the integration dollars, but the rules are changing significantly, so we're just not sure how that's going to shake out and how it will affect us. It could be that we don't even qualify. Could be that we qualify, but we can only use the dollars in different ways than we're using them even now. Part of this is levy. It's probably a 2/3 split on that. 2/3 come from the state as state aid, about 1/3 for local levy. But we have not been using all of it because we just haven't used all the dollars in the last 2 years. We won't use them all this year. Last year we used even less. We're using more this year than last year. I suspect next year we use more than we did for the other years. And then hopefully they won't change the programming too much because we've learned a lot. Our next plan should come easier for us, and hopefully we'll be able to budget a little different way to use it even more effectively. So we just need an approval on this particular sheet.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
I got a motion from Bruce and a second by Cheryl. Any other further discussion? I guess what the only thing I would ask for is then, is there some way that we can then get a kind of a listing of things that we have been doing?
Yeah, the things that we've been doing so far but have not spent all the money, for example, if we could get more peer mentors,
Yeah.
we would get them.
Okay.
We haven't been able to find them, for instance. We have paid for the academic specialist, but not the whole amount. That person helps in various pieces, from helping our staff to helping small groups of kids. We've done, part of our speaker has come out of this. It's the bullying type of things. We have a speaker that comes in for one of our programs, so we pay a little bit out of that. We've also paid a peer mentor supervisor. That's what we've used the dollars for in the middle school incentive program. As far as the initiative or incentive program, we've used virtually all of that both years. Very little bit of it left because we really do two things. One is the theater, summer theater program, that's intra-district, and the other one is to send our kids to the internet-based programming for summer school for some of our kids. And we've used virtually all of those dollars for just those two programs. I can certainly, when I finish the budget and stuff, I'll either send it or I'll bring it at a board meeting, and you can look through how I budgeted things out. So you'll see an exact amount. In fact, I could send you at least last year's budget. We're not done with this one yet, or when we get done with this, so you can see what we budgeted and how much we underspent in those areas. So you would know exactly how much we did spend. I could send the 13-14 year to you so that you can kind of see it.
Because I guess my only thought would be, if we're not spending or utilizing those dollars, then why aren't we?
Yeah, part of it is that we had to put the plan in place before we have ever done this.
Okay.
And I have limited ability. I can move it around within the areas that we had, but I can't add. Now we're going, God, we wish we'd have added this because we could really use this and do that, but we can't make those adjustments at this point.
Okay.
And it's been a little bit of a difficult process for us to find peer tutors. There's some that do it on a regular basis, but I've been kind of surprised that not as much as we would have liked to have done. But now we understand where we budgeted $8,000, for instance, we're only spending about 2 or 3. So, but it's not because we haven't put the program in place, it's because we just haven't gotten enough peer mentors.
And who are the peer mentors? I mean, who would you target those people?
I think it's open virtually to any students that
Oh, so it's up to students then?
It's students, there's peer tutors that are helping other students.
Okay.
How
Yeah.
do they know about it?
I know they advertise it, I've seen in their bulletin and stuff, and I'm assuming that there are kids that they also say, would you be a good one, are you interested in that type of thing? But we haven't gotten that part, we've struggled in two ways. Some of it's to get the kids in that will actually undertake the service. You know,
Right.
it sounds great if you're struggling in a class and you think they would jump on doing something right after school to help them. Sometimes you can struggle to get those kids in, and then we've struggled a little bit also to have the peer tutors to do that. But right now, I think Lori, if she was here, would say that the number of kids who are applying for the peer mentors, that we're getting enough actual peer mentors to do it, but our other group isn't big enough to continue to add to it, so that we're readjusting it, and we know now that why put that much money in that budget for that particular thing when we know we're not gonna spend it.
Okay.
So for this year's budget, we're gonna put more into the academic specialist than we are that, so when you see the budget, it'll be different than this year's, because we'll move it around and use it in a different way. At least that's our hope.
Okay. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, and carried. Okay, personnel. Review and consider approval of the resignation of Valerie Stanger, ECFE paraprofessional, effective February 25th, 2016.
Resignation.
She's been with us a long time, hasn't she?
Yep, she's been with us for a while.
Motion to approve.
I got a motion by Lou,
Second.
a second by Randy. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, and carried.
And we certainly want to thank her for her service. Anybody that resigns have solid reasons on why they're resigning, whether it be another additional job or some other direction that their lives are going in. They've all contributed to us greatly, so we always want to thank them for their service, man.
Yes. Number 2, review and consider approval of the following target services assignments for the 2015-16 school year. Targeted service math, Jenica Schultz, 13 hours, and then targeted service for reading is Jenica Schultz for 13.5 hours.
What she'll be virtually doing, and again, targeted services they pay for themselves as long as you get the number of kids. This is new, this is something that we wanted to start at the high school, so this is a nice start for us to start this programming. Like I said, it's self-paying, it pays for itself by the state funds that we get, but we wanted to start it at that, so it's a great thing that Lori was able to get that started for this year. Hopefully we'll be able to continue this in the future. It's really, what it amounts to is 3 hours a day or a week, starting next week until about 2 weeks before the end, I think the 13th. It'll stop then at that particular point. So it's a good start for the program.
I'll make a motion that we approve.
Got a motion by Bruce,
I'll second.
second by Randy. Any other further discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, and carried. Informational reports.
Both David and Lori are out of the district today.
So we'll go ahead and move down to community ed, Matt Pickle.
So this is going to be a record fast meeting.
It's up to you.
Yeah, it all depends on you, man, how much you're gonna talk today, so.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just passing out our most recent brochure for our report. You all should have received that in the mail too. Just to highlight, there's many new activities in there. Just remember to put on your calendar April 10th for the talent showcase. That's our big fundraiser for the auditorium equipment and program fund. Our fitness center showers are scheduled to be installed over Easter break, so we're picking up tile on that I think tomorrow. And we've had fantastic fitness center usage and strong membership increase over this winter, so things are going good there too. So planning summer with our summer pause and our summer rec program, so pretty busy time. Any questions? Okay, thank you. I did my part.
Yeah, you did, yeah, you did good.
Activities Director.
Thanks, Mark.
An update, since it's new, you guys approved the last meeting, the trap shooting. We have 21 students that have signed up for that, grades 9 through 12. On Thursday, they're having a meeting, a parent meeting. The process for signing that up is actually, unless they're 18 years old, their parent or guardian has to sign them up as well, along with their firearm safety certificate. So our spring schedules are fast approaching. Baseball and golf will start March 21st, softball and track next week, Monday, March 14th. Our winter sports are complete. We're wrapping up those seasons, so you'll be seeing some of the proud ofs and things like that in the next month's board agendas. And last week of March, I'll be at the State Activities Directors Conference. Hopefully learning some good things to bring back to Paynesville. It hasn't been that long since my last report, since I did the last meeting in February because of the trap shooting. So I don't know if, does anybody have any questions for me?
You got 21 students, are they boys and girls?
It's open for boys and girls. Boys and girls did attend the interest meetings. I haven't seen the list. That's just the numbers that I got.
I was
So
just curious.
after Thursday, it'd be nice if we had participation from both. So.
Are 21 enough to run the program successfully here?
Oh yeah, it's either 5 or 6, and I can't tell you exactly. I think it's 5, but I could be wrong. 5 or 6, I believe, is how many scores count when you.
Okay.
I think I knew the information at one time. So, but anyways, yeah, 21 is more than enough. In fact, I think it would put us near the average of what the CMC schools do. Once the spring sports and activities get going, we'll be able to get numbers from what the other schools in our conference have for participation.
What's the
as well.
date on that, that you meeting? Okay.
Thursday.
Thursday? Oh,
Yep.
that's- oh,
Thursday at 6 o'clock. There's a band concert at 7 following that. So.
Okay, administrative report.
Just a few quick things. On the strategic plan, we did get a few comments, so I'm gonna try to correlate those and see if they fit into the plan, and probably get some input from administrators, maybe a few committee members on there, and then hope to bring it back to the board next meeting. So at least for the first reading again, and go from there. So just an update on that. QCOM, just an update. We're still waiting. They asked for some information. We sent it to them. Now we're waiting to get back to us for the QCOM plan. Solar garden, we should know by April 1st. That's the smaller one that we talked about putting on the ground on our own property. But we should know about that by April 1st. Just a reminder to parents, Snow Makeup Day, March 11th will not be a Snow Makeup Day. Thankfully, I'm grateful. Haven't had to use one yet. The next Snow Makeup Day is March 28th. That's the Monday after Easter. The spring break, we can still get a lot of snow. So I'll continue to hope that the weather goes the way it is. It'll be a great start to the spring. You might actually be able to start your seasons on time outside if that continues. But a lot of things can still happen before that. So the next snow day would be, our makeup day would be March 28th. No school on Friday. That's a staff development day. It won't be long before we start the state tests. And again, we encourage parents to make sure that their kids are in attendance during that time. Year's going by fast. Tomorrow morning I start at the St. Cloud Tech College. We're looking at ways that we can work together and hopefully maybe incorporate some of what they can do for our own programming, our own building. So we started that discussion and we're going to continue that tomorrow. So I'll update the board as I get more information on that. I'd love to use some of their welding resources, for instance, to try to help our kids get certified in welding when they leave so that they can go and get a job right away for welding. So that's just an example on how we would like to incorporate that. I think the other thing that we're going to try to do is take all of our staff members to the Tech College for a tour at the start of the next school year, at least the secondary ones, so that they can see what the Tech College, those type of programs are offered for our kids, and figure out a way. Maybe we'll certainly invite board members if they want to attend. I think when we do that, maybe some parents or some of our own business members, So Lori and I are still discussing that to see how we can put that in place. Sent you an email on the level 3 and level 4 MSBA training. I've already registered some, but if you're interested, get a hold of me and I'll register anybody that wants to. Still continue to work on modifying this year's budget and of course next year's budget, which will start to come to the board soon. And then the last thing, just really great news. Jennifer Wirtz, she's one of our special ed teachers. She was nominated for Minnesota School Teacher of the Year. I think there were 105 people that started. She is down to the top 35. That will be whittled down to 10, I believe, probably either mid-March or I would guess probably first part of April, and then a decision will be made out of the 10 finalists. So hats off to her, well deserving, and even to make it to the 35 semifinalists, that's a great honor on her part. So that's what I have.
Question, where are we at with potential of having a work session?
I've been kind of just waiting on that one just because I was hoping that our technology person would get on board.
Okay.
It's really, I think we've come to terms, the person and I, but it's really St. Cloud that's holding everything up. So I guess that's a great question, Mark, and in fact, I had written it down and then didn't get to it. I guess if the board wants to wait for that, originally I had hoped it would go faster, and we can incorporate some discussion about technology and what this person's vision is. I'm just not sure right now how this will shake out as far as timing. I think there was a part of his schedule that they need to interview for, they're interviewing for that. But, he's pushing as much as he dares to push on his side, and because we're pulling somebody right during the school year, we were kind of at their piece. So if the board doesn't want to wait on that, then I'll set that up real quick. That was my hope. I really thought this would go faster than it is.
Well, I don't know, what does everybody think?
You think it's a month or two down the road, or?
I don't think it'll be that long, I'm hoping. I should know. Why don't we wait till next week?
I'd wait then.
And then just,
See if we
I'll
can
get an idea. What I'll probably do is, I'll wait a week, see how things shake out for him. He's very prompt at answering me. He's anxious to start, I know that, but he's got to dot all his I's too. I'll get a feel for next week, and then I'll send an email out to board just saying, it looks like it's going to be this long, thoughts. If it's going to be a couple months, then I think we should do it, because we'll start to forget about it. If it's going to be a week or so, then I think that's a different matter. I think it would be nice to incorporate, just to have the board hear what his thoughts are on where he thinks the district should go and how he's going to start.
Okay.
So let's just wait one more week.
Are we having a facility meeting?
Yes, facility meeting is the
Thursday.
10th, 10th, yep, for those that are on that committee.
Okay, anything else? Move to adjourn? Okay, I've got a motion from Lou, second by Cheryl. Any other further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye. Opposed, same sign. And carried.